Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some cleaning up this morning in the garden, but first look what I found as soon as I opened the door. Somehow this bunny has gotten into our fence, and I don't know how because this is rabbit fencing, so it's closer together at the bottom to keep them on the outside. But they're coming up here. I believe they're eating on my little sweet potato vines and some of the vegetables that I have around the fence. So we're going to wait for him to make his escape, and we're going to get busy on this yard and this garden trying to get it cleaned up. Okay guys, this is what the yard looked like before we started our cleanup. We had some roofing work being done on the house for this last week and a half, and I haven't been able to get out here in the garden like I usually do and clean up. And then last night we had a huge storm come through and it blew some things around the yard, some trash around. We're just going to get this all picked up and get the yard cut and get it looking back good again now that the roofers are out of the way. Here is an overview of our main garden area. I just want to show you guys before we get started with the cleanup what that is looking like. We have lots of weeds in the garden and some debris from the storm that we had last night. Here's our tomatoes. They are looking kind of rough. The winds really did a number on them. So yeah, I want to show you guys just what we're working with because I'm going to be clearing a lot of this out today. And come along with me while we get this yard and this garden back in shape. Okay guys, here is the yard. I did a lot of mowing out here. We did some weed eating around the fence line and then also throughout the rose garden. This is some like little black debris here in the yard. It came from this flower bed right here. Every time I mow the yard, it kind of gets everywhere. But I'm going to take y'all over here to the rose garden and we're going to take a quick little look around. We're going to be doing some work on this rose garden in the weeks to come. I'm going to be putting some little landscaping stuff around the outside of the roses with some mulch and things like that, so that when we mow the grass and stuff, they don't get hit with the lawnmower. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys around right here of all the cleanup that we did, and then we're going to move on to our main garden area. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys a little update on some of our plants. I cleaned up real good around all these this morning. We got our potatoes right here and some of our cucumbers, and you guys, they're blooming everywhere, and I'm so excited to see something happen with these. I went out this morning, this is a few days later, and we have little baby cucumbers on our cucumber bushes, so I'm super excited about that, and we're getting ready to do a harvest on some of these beans right here. So just real quick, I wanted to throw this in here for y'all so y'all get a little update about what's going on around the garden. As you guys can see, I spent a lot of time on these tomato bushes here. They had really gotten beaten up by the storm that we had last night, and they needed a really good trim before the roofers ever came. So you can imagine after a week and a half, they were ready to be trimmed up, and I tied them up off the house. You'll see that in just a little bit, just to keep them from like falling into the siding there and giving them a little bit more strength at the root so that there wasn't stress on the vines. This is the wildflower bed that we tried to start at the beginning of the season. I did a Google search on some of the greenery that was in there, and it turned out that most of it was just weeds. So I was going to use that soil for other things because we're going to be doing a fall makeover on this garden coming up. So whatever I need to take out of here, I'm going to go ahead and start doing and moving around to get ready for that. You guys, look at the weeds in these pots here. I can't believe that they grew so fast, so many weeds in here. We're gonna go ahead and get these all cleaned up today and get them looking good, add some soil to them so they can continue to grow in the garden. This is how everything turned out in the garden today. We did a lot of work out here. We got an entire garden bed cleaned out. We got our tomatoes taken care of, and we did a ton of weeding in the garden and added some soil where we needed it. The yard looks really good also. We got all the debris cleaned up from the storm we had last night. Got everything mowed and weed eated that we needed to do. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And I will see you guys on the next one.